Aquaman 51, which of course is written by Kelly Sue DeConnick and art by Robson Roca. So we're moving all the aquatic gods, the sea gods,
Yeah.
to the actual
To the
island,
haunted island?
to the haunted
Amnesty
island,
Island.
Because
Amnesty
this would never, this couldn't possibly be a terrible idea
Island.
ever.
Jackson's around, of course, after being picked up from the police station. And a lot of this issue is him and Aquaman kind of like as they're helping the sea god, it's just kind of he's trying to like vow for his position as sidekick or assistant as he tries to name it, because sidekick sounds a bit a bit old fashioned. Yeah.
Yeah. No, his partner, his ward. He's trying to come up with a better name.
Precisely. Do you know what I'm liking about this arc and what this run's kind of become is I'm loving that we're really getting the small town vibe. Like, it's something that I think was missing, even though I liked a lot of Rebirth Aquaman, is that it dealt so much with Atlantis and the politics of it that I actually really like that we're back to, okay, we're in Amnesty Bay and it's Aquaman with the people and there's a supporting cast that we've not gotten to see a whole lot of for a while. And I will say I like the art typically, but I do think Jackson's face as he's diving off the cliff into the water is troubling.
Ooh wee! That gave me a shock. I turned that page and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I have a question that's a bit of a nitpick, but I want an answer because it's been bugging me. When they get to the island, Aquaman, it's when it's like, hey, you got a spare shirt I can borrow. He took his shirt off at the top of the cliff before he dived off and just left it there because he didn't want it to get wet. I mean, I don't understand why he just took it off, left it there, and then went, hey, give me a shirt.
I don't have an answer, but I will say I'm okay with all this just because Callie says traitor when the old woman gives him a shirt. That made me laugh.
I mean, fine, but I don't disagree with that. I just thought it was really weird. Like, you just took one off. What was wrong with that one?
Yeah.
It's all for the joke. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Meanwhile, in Atlantis, the Volko Mira wedding's been planned, and the old widowhood lady, what's her name?
Satya.
There you go. Is it Satya or Satia?
I'm gonna say it's Satya because whales and porpoises are in the species. They're called cetaceans. So
okay, no, that's a very good reason for it. I just I wasn't sure if it was a hard T or a soft T. But she speculates that Mira's just biding time. She doesn't really expect this wedding to go through. Just waiting for Aquaman. And I actually really like the transition from that sort of accusation to Aquaman just watching the sunrise over the water. I think it's this idea
how that panel was so bad, and then you have those panels so good.
I know those panels. Yeah. Those panels of him watching the sunrise are really, really beautiful. And it's really quiet. There's just like one bubble at the bottom to transition into the new page. And I think what I like about this is this idea that they both want to see each other, but they're both obviously like, because he thinks she tried to kill him or did kill him, and so they're in this awkward place. So yeah, Jackson can make a rainbow.
Apparently,
yeah.
With his aquakinesis.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Because it's just the light going through it, so he's just putting the water in the right spot.
Yeah, and Aquaman's like, I'm sure that's useful, so he's being all
sarcastic. I like it.
Yes. And Erica shows up with the boyfriend, and they get everything ready in the lighthouse. They turn on the lights, a whole big moment. Super big deal. Big light in the dark. But we find out that Jackson's actually familiar with the author dude who was in the lighthouse, who went mad.
Yeah.
And as we saw last issue with that excellent flashback, maybe got nabbed by a sea monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a fan of his books, so it kind. Go ahead.
Really are painting this as just this is our Lovecraft, right? Because
that's what I was just getting to.
All the things he wrote about. There's games based on the work.
Yeah, and the madness.
And
all of that. Yeah.
So the guy who dropped off supplies, though, gets attacked by some sort of sea creature on his little boat on his way back to the mainland. And then they hear it. There's this big blood-red panel of like him being presumably just straight up murdered. And they all come running, and the final page is them facing down this giant kaiju-sized sea monster. It's got a lot of tentacles. It's not Cthulhu, but it's got a lot of tentacles.
No, it's very Kraken-esque.
Yes.
I'm actually wondering if it targeted that guy in particular, because obviously there's a moment early on between him and Jackson where Jackson felt pretty uncomfortable. And then, and talking about, the guy he writes about, all resentments and guilt and bad feelings. And I'm like, okay, was this specifically targeting, this guy because of what he did earlier that day, rather than just being that coincidence?
Yeah. That could be. We'll dig into more. It depends. Is he actually aiming for the rest of them now, or is it just they've caught him in the act? So that's why the fights.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I just think that when it comes to if he was writing about actual gods, right, and these dark gods that are there, they're not gonna like the fact that there's these new sea gods there too. So I feel like it's it's drawing towards them.
Also, I tell a lie. I said that was the last page. Well, it's technically true. It's the last page of the main story. There is actually a few more pages.
The last part that we cared for.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, there is one thing I like in this last little Black Manta bit with Lex Luthor. There is one thing I like here. I don't like the idea that his dad's like AIs in it, but I will say I kind of pop for an Aquamech.
Aquamech, yes. In Black Manta going, oh, Lex, I thought we were done. He's like, yeah, you're never done with Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Like, I like that it played to that Black Manta was, thrown out of the Legion.
This bit felt worse than most of the villains that we've had, because this is 4 full pages. And then you've got Lex at the end, say hello to Daddy.
Yeah, that line's terrible. I don't like the AI thing, but I do like the mech itself. I think it looks kind of cool.
This was just, hey Manta, I made you a mech suit. Go ahead. This would be fun.
Here's the thing too, without the dad's AI, just play up on the fact that Black Manta is Jackson's dad, and then Lex is like, oh, your son's been palling around with Arthur or with Aquaman.
I can already see this. Oh, hey, you've got a big giant mech suit, and your son's in danger from these big giant kaiju sea creatures. Do you want to come and give us a hand?
Yeah, but last we checked, Manta doesn't really care that Jackson's his son. I can see it being one of those things where he doesn't care until he's about to die. Yeah. Well, I can see that's why the grandpa AI is there, because he's gonna have a robot grandpa now, and this Aquamech's gonna become a character, and I'm gonna love it.
Oh, it's Manta Mech. They call it Mecha Manta, but
Manta Mech. Then if it doesn't shoot lasers out of its eyes, I'm gonna be very pissed.
Oh, it should. It will do. It's got the head.
That was the best thing in the Aquaman movie of Black Manta, was that they made the eye beams work.
Well, they barely had a character, so yeah. I mean, the visuals and the flash and stuff.
Bar, but
but still.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I like the mech, but less time on these stupid Year of the Villain scenes, please, going forward.
It was bad enough when there were 2 pages, but 4 pages is just far too much.
Yep, I thought the issue was over quite quick, actually, because I was really enjoying the issue.
I
was like, oh,
you get to that kaiju, and you're like, hell yeah.
Yep. Yep. What are we giving it, Matt? What are we giving it?
I'm gonna give this one 8. I would almost be a 9, but those last 4 pages, that knocks it down a point for me. I did not enjoy those.
Connor?
Yeah, I got to the end of the title page. I went, oh shit, that was an 8.5, and then there was 4 more pages, so I'm giving it an 8. I've got to knock some off for that. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give it an 8.5 because it would be a 9, but the 0.5 comes off for that. Obviously it wasn't a 10 because of that stupid face that Jackson had.
Yeah, it was real bad.
It's a shame because most of the art has been really. We've been praising Rucker a lot in this.
Yeah, he's a solid artist. Just that face was weird.
Yeah.
It's like he was going for the whole wind in the cheeks thing, where it's kind of blowing back the face, but it just ended up looking really goofy.
It was it didn't work.